YouTube, it's been a minute. Props to people who are able to post videos multiple times a week and like every day. Like this can truly just consume your life and you have nothing else to do. It's pretty insane, honestly. But one thing I've realized for us traders, aspiring traders, or just people who want to be able to hold themselves accountable is that it really puts things into perspective. And if you have a big ego and you're failing in whatever aspect or niche that you're doing and you feel like giving up, talking to can really fuck you up. And putting yourself out there is a good way to humble yourself in a way. From what I've noticed myself is that trading always has its ups and downs. And unfortunately, my account has been going ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of it. And when you're doing really well, you want to share it. But when you're doing terrible, when you're going through those hard times, you want to keep it more of a secret. But we all know what it's like and how that's going to be able to affect us, right? There's no secret with that. So what I've gone ahead and do is that I'm just trying to do the best I possibly can, little by little. You always have those moments that you think, why did I hold that trade longer than I had to? And based off of where my account is and my goals, I went ahead and did a quick exercise. I went ahead and calculated all my losses to where if I actually held firm a 2% loss like I wanted, where would I be? How much more would my account have grown and where would it possibly be at? It turned out that my account would be around just under $1,000, because what that does is it ends up taking all the outliers out of your trading, so you only have firm trades and executions and you're very strict. I didn't include that for my gains because for me, I'm the type of trader who's very good at taking profits. I can stop trading for 6-8 months at a time, jump back in, and I have 5 winners in a row. However, when a trade doesn't go according to plan, and this is especially true when it comes to me trading ETFs or general stocks and not my momentum trades, it's insanely hard for me to cut that trade off and truly cut those losses. But I did that exercise. So right now, through the turmoil, the ups and downs, counts probably around $645 as of Friday, $645. Of course, my peak at one point, I've hit $720, $740 last month, and even back in March, I was over $700. So I've had a lot of ups and downs. So I went ahead and did that quick exercise to get rid of all my outliers. If I just did a firm 2% max loss on all of them, stop loss, the account turned out to be 998%, and $998. So my goal has been on the small account has been 1.25 per week. It's just about 5% a month. That average would have been 1.75, which would have been 7% a month. That really puts in perspective how having really good selling and stop losses and holding firm to your plan can do for you. And in my case, that does everything for me because that's my weakness, and it's really hard to admit that and try to work on that and fix it. But we all have things that we need to be able to fix in life, and going through exercises like that really helps you realize where you're at, and going back through and reflecting your thoughts and your trades and your mindset. And trading is a mental game more than anything else, and acknowledging that and having the willpower to fix it, and not having the willpower to fix it, but to really meticulously go through and journal the ups and downs to a trade. Because even if you made 2%, if you were down 5% at one point and that was past your stop loss, that's a bad trade. You should not be in that trade at all. So going through that has really opened my eyes, and going through the numbers for end of the year, if I can get my account back to around 750, 800 in the last 3 months of the year, I'll call that a huge win in this. Obviously, that's not the value I wanted, My estimates are much closer to around 1,200, but hey, we live and we learn. As I pointed out before, these videos, this channel is just as much of a self-reflection for me as it is for you. So if I can give you some insight on the mental side, which I think is the biggest side when it comes to being able to accomplish things like this that have such high fail values and percentages, if I can do it, maybe it'll help you. Maybe you're in the same position as me. You have the same issues. You can run through 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, have a really high win ratio, but then when it comes to cutting losses on a trade, when it doesn't go according to plan specifically, it takes a toll on you, and you want to look away from your screen, close it, and walk away. And then you come back at it and you know you're down, so you just don't look and continue to don't look until it's at a point to where I'm down 10%. I have to cut losses. I can't hold it anymore. And in that moment, you realize, wow, I could have just shorted it and made 10%, if not a few. And it's always real that we're not meant to catch a whole move. We're meant to catch part or some of that move, which is why these plans are so important, right? But like I said, hopefully getting some of that insight can help you. And I'll be going through some of the processes that I can try to implement and see what works for me. But journaling on a more consistent basis is definitely number one priority. And something else you even really have to realize is that even with that, those problems and those issues, I'm still up 15% for the year. 15%. I'm sure I'm still beating the market, right? But you think about it, is making it so you don't have those big drawdowns. I've been up 20-25% on my account from when I started this challenge back in February. But having to draw down half of your gains just to try to bring it back can really take a toll mentally. And trying to fix that is what we need. Because at the end of the day, anybody can make money in the market. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people can make money in the market. But the biggest and hardest thing to do is how to implement to keep your money. That's at least what I found. Maybe others don't have those issues, but from people I spoke to over the years, and even still to now, that's been my biggest issue. And hopefully from limiting myself to only 3-day trades and having to be so meticulous can help create that discipline that I inevitably need. So I don't know when the next video come up. I'll keep you posted on how that process goes and how I'm keeping myself accountable.